There was a frost once. Actually, it was a snowstorm. It was the only snowstorm I ever saw in Dallas. And it was hilarious because there's a big drive-through beer station, I guess. And when the snowstorm hit, everything else was okay, but the entire drive-through beer station collapsed. That's pretty funny. It gets cold. They told me it didn't get cold. I didn't need a big jacket. It gets really cold. My first area, I was on bike, and I was biking in nearly freezing weather. So definitely get a big jacket, definitely get some gloves, get a good little hood, get a scarf. No, don't listen to whatever they tell you. It gets cold in Dallas. Oh, just once, I was training this elder. It's more of a funny than crazy. We had this very shy, timid couple of elders. I was in their area training them. It was their time to knock the door. I was kind of just standing back, kind of being quiet, just letting them do their thing. And they knocked this door, and this very passionate, fiery Christian answered. And they're like, "Hi, we're elders from the church." And this guy immediately interrupted him. He's like, "Elders, you gotta talk, or missionaries, you gotta speak with passion because you're speaking about Jesus Christ." And he was just yelling at him and just preaching to them how to preach, how to be more passionate. And they're like, "Well, we have a message to share with you." He kept interrupting them and just telling them how much more spirit they need and things like that, Long story short, I try to kind of get in there and be a little more assertive and try to get to the point, But even then, he was still interrupting and trying to share his own message. And it was time for us to go. So we're like, "All right, thanks for your time, sir. We gotta go." So we start walking out, and he's like, No. Okay, I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you. Tell me your message." So I looked at the elders. I let him go. Right when they started, give him 30 seconds. He interrupted him again. And I was like, "Sir, if you're not going to listen to us, we've got to go, And so he's like, "Okay, I'll listen. Same thing happened twice. I was like, "Okay, elders, let's go." We get to the car. We close the doors. He runs to us and knocks the window. He's like, "Wait, stay. Please stay. Please stay with me." I just realized he was very lonely, He just wants to talk and to be heard. So we stayed and listened to him, but the fact that this guy, we're trying to drive off, and he's running after our car and chasing after us, was a little bit different. That's all. It works because of my Portuguese and my English, but I meant to say that I was embarrassed in my very first week. I meant to say that I was embarrassed, and in Portuguese it's embaraçado, and I figured embarrassed, embaraçado must be the same in Spanish. So I told the member, "Oh, estoy muy embarazado," for whatever it was. And it was funny because embarazado means pregnant. And sure enough, I wasn't pregnant. I was just embarrassed. So they all just laughed at me, and it was a good time. Probably one of the hardest experiences for me in the mission wasn't when I got denied or, rejected. But it was when someone had a testimony of the gospel, and they received a testimony, and then someone else influenced their agency, and then they weren't able to follow through with something they knew to be true. In the very end of my mission, there was a family, the Gutierrez family, who, when we met them, it was this family was kind of working in the yard. Everybody was out there, but the husband, he was all tattooed up, he was bald, he was very tough looking. And when we first tried to talk to the family, they're all kind of quiet. They all kind of told us to go talk to him first. He was a tough guy who's like, "Who are you guys? What do you guys want? Why are you guys talking to my family? All right, we're busy right now, but come back another day and I'll talk to you one-on-one." So okay, so we come back the next week. And we try to go into the home and talk with his family together. And he's like, "No, just tell me what you want here in my front of my door, and then I'll see, Anyways, we shared the gospel with him a little bit. He started opening up, becoming a little more humble, a little more soft. Eventually, he was interested to speak to his family. And you give it a month or so, and his whole family had a baptismal date. And they were all ready to go. We did the interview, and then the night of the interview, his mom came to visit, and his older sister as well. And they were very strong in their Christian sect, and they convinced him to not get baptized. And for me, I guess this was a very kind of a prideful thing because I wanted to finish my mission on a strong note, have this awesome baptism in my last week, and then, kind of go home a hero type of thing. And then I kind of realized I was going to go, finish with nothing. And I was very like disappointed, and my pride was kind of like torn down, And I was asking God, like, hey, why? Like, I worked so hard my whole mission. I wanted to end on a really strong note. Why did this happen, And then I realized I was kind of sad for no reason, just sad for my own pride. And I remember just kneeling and I thought I was going to be a little depressed over this for weeks and months after the mission, I thought I was going to feel like a failure going home. And I just remember just kneeling and asking God just to give me a little bit of comfort and understanding. And when that happened, I just felt peace. The peace that the scriptures describe as peace like nothing can surpass it, And I felt God's love, and I felt that it was okay. And it wasn't my fault. And I realized I was being prideful, and I needed to be humble about it and to just love that family no matter what. And for me, that just helped me to realize, even like through the mission and after the mission, like things aren't going to go right always. I'm not always going to succeed. But no matter what, God loves you. He loves me, and He'll always be there for us. And that was a big lesson. Well, I already mentioned Texas barbecue, so their brisket, their sausages, their ribs. On my last dinner over there, I had bacon-wrapped shrimp. Texas barbecue's top notch. That's the first thing you got to try over there. They're famous a lot as well for their burgers. Some of the major places that I've had. Oh, the names skip my mind right now, but definitely look up great burger joints in Dallas. I guess I had mostly Mexican foods over there, especially as a missionary. Check out the stuff, I was at enchiladas and quesadillas, and I guess my first meal there was lasagna, and that made an impression on me because best lasagna I had in my life. I had menudo, which that's the one Mexican food I did not like. I liked everything that I ate, I just couldn't chew it. So menudo was a struggle. Horchata I had in the mission, that's like a rice milk type of drink, and that's delicious.